Welcome to the weekly wrap up. I am happy to report that interest rates are a little bit better this week as we end the week than when we started. And ironically, one of the things that helped interest rates improve this week were the amount of people that were filing for unemployment for the first time. That number was way higher than we expected, which is really weird to me. Because if any of you watched my video last week, I said how jobs created numbers were 3 times the amount. So how in the world can last week we have the amount of jobs created, like the highest in over a year, and this week we have the highest amount of people applying for unemployment benefits for the first time, assuming because they can't find a job? This is just weird. It just really is starting to bode well to my conspiracy theory about all these numbers, but we'll leave that for another day. A couple of things that I want to mention to you guys when we are getting purchase agreements, and only because we want to make your life easier, and absolutely we want to make your client's life easier. And if we are henpecking you for stupid stuff, nobody loves that. So a couple of things that you may or may not know. Anytime that you guys click on the purchase agreement that the buyer has received a copy of the seller disclosure statement, we then have to get a copy of that seller's disclosure statement, because now by clicking that box, you've made it part of the purchase agreement. 9 times out of 10, it's not an issue, but the one time that something's on there that we want to dig deeper into, it's not fun. The other thing is when you guys are doing personal property, I always say, please keep that to a separate addendum, because now Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have a silly little rule that if you guys put personal property on there, then we have to go to a website, we have to assign a value to personal property and have to almost remove it from the value of the appraisal, which is uber dumb. So please keep personal property on a separate addendum. And lastly, if you are renegotiating anything with regards to the property, and maybe you adjusted the purchase price because there was an inspection item or something got negotiated, and that's just how it's being completed, is the seller is paying some of the buyer's closing costs, please just the facts, Jack, meaning reduce purchase price, this much in seller contributing closing costs, and if there's any change to close date or whatnot. We don't necessarily want the whole dissertation, because if you give it to us, that's part of the purchase agreement, then we might want to dig into, well, what is this? Is there a roof issue? Is there some kind of problem with the furnace? Do we need to have something more cleaned or inspected? So for us in lending, less is always more, because we don't want to have to see all of those things, and we just want the basics. And if you put it in addendums or things like that, it's now part of the purchase agreement. We have to get it. So I hope that's helpful. It saves you some time, energy, frustration, whatnot. Have a great week. Let us know if you need us.